The announcement for the Seoul Journey event this spring was surprising for two reasons. First, the previous two Pikmin Bloom Journey events were held in the fall. Second, both took place within Japan. Pikmin Bloom has 4 tiers of live events, with journeys at the top, making them the biggest and best of all, followed by tours, mini-walks, and finally everything else, like standalone special spots and spot challenges. Come along with us as we return to Korea for the first ever international journey event. You already know, we could hardly contain our excitement. It was almost exactly a year ago that we visited Korea to partake in the Seoul Tour event, which centered around the Dongdaemun area, featuring some famous spots such as the Gwangjang Market, the Cheonggyecheon River, and Changdeokgung Palace. This time, the journey will be focused on the Yeouido area. In terms of gameplay, the main thing that sets journeys apart from other live events is the Rosette decor. This is a limited time decor that so far has only been obtainable through the main live event or the Challenge Anywhere counterpart. As usual, we're planning to make a separate video about Challenge Anywhere, but it's essentially a way for anyone, anywhere in the world to partake in some of the fun of the main event. In the past, we helped the red Pikmin find its lost decor at Tokyo Dome, and in Sendai City we helped the gourmet yellow Pikmin fill up on different types of nectar. As you can imagine, this time we'll be helping the blue Pikmin. Just kidding. Maybe another time, buddy. This time, Seoul features the exceptionally laid-back purple Pikmin, who doesn't seem very interested in going for walks. It's up to us to visit special spots to introduce this Pikmin to the joys of walking. Journeys are paid ticketed events, this time costing 22,000 Korean won, or about $15 to attend. As usual, players can choose only one day to participate, either Saturday, May 23rd or Sunday, May 24th, giving them 9 total hours from 9 AM to 6 PM to swipe all 16 special spots, which is 1 hour less than we had at Sendai and Tokyo Dome. However, just like we saw at Sendai, there's an add-on called the Active 2-Day option for 8,000 Korean won that can extend some of the bonuses across both days. The Active 2-Day option gives the exact same bonuses as last time, which are the following. Players can participate in the festival mushrooms across both days. Any postcards found will have a special design, this time beautifully featuring the Han River and Namsan Tower. Seething growth speed will be doubled. The detector will be buffed and be able to find more items than normal. And finally, the number of petals required to get postcards from big flowers will be cut in half. That said, the main day chosen to attend still determines when you're able to pick up the physical gifts, complete the special missions, and swipe all the special spots. If you miss out on those, the Active Pass won't be able to help you. The festival mushrooms also seem to work in exactly the same way as before. You can join with a free try regardless of the number of players, and there's no participant limit, but bullhorns can't be used and they'll only appear for ticket holders. In addition, it will always result in a rare mystery box for the current monthly event, this time giving Pixel Flower currency for May's Game Pack event. While the Tokyo Dome journey had 16 special spots, Sendai was raised up to 19. Now that Seoul has 16 again, does it make Sendai an anomaly, or could we see different amounts going forward? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of predicting the future, let's check out 2 of our predictions from last year. For starters, all ticket holders got a pop-up on the Wednesday before the event, which allowed them to choose from a selection of sun visors for their Miis. Just as predicted, the Ice Pikmin sun visor has been added to this collection. Hopefully next year there will be a choice of Ice Pikmin too. We both couldn't resist choosing it to match this event's cool ice blue hoodie. Then check it out, just as we thought, the Rock Pikmin wearing a gold present sticker decor has made its spring debut.
With the Winged Pikmin's debut, all that remains is Rocky Board to complete this decor set, perhaps sometime next spring?
Although now with the release of Ice Pikmin, we're still going to be waiting for that one to have a fully completed set. Maybe sometime next winter to go along with the ice theme? Only time will tell. One new thing for this event was a pair of official party walks to bring the community together for both Seoul Journey and Challenge Anywhere. First was the All Steps Lead to Seoul party walk from May 18th up until the journey ended on May 24th. This was purely for fun to hype participants up for the big weekend, although anyone was allowed to partake in it regardless of their physical attendance. The second one was All Steps Lead Everywhere in celebration of Challenge Anywhere. That one ran from May 25th to May 28th. Along with building hype, this one also had a tangible reward, 30 blue hibiscus petals, helpful for completing the Plant 3000 Hibiscus Petals mission for Challenge Anywhere. This type of small addition makes things feel even more lively and is something we hope makes a return for future events. Now that we know what to expect, let's move over to Johnny and Gianni, who are live broadcasting from the event zone. Take it away, Gianni.
Hello, today is Saturday, May 23rd, and we are not live whatsoever from the Yeouido district of Seoul for the third ever Pikmin Bloom Journey event.
That's right. I wasn't expecting to come back to Korea so soon for Pikmin, and the fact that this is the second event in Seoul itself is a testament to just how huge this city is. As you can see, we're all decked out yet again today, and we are ready for a day filled of adventure.
The latest version of the detector is here, a little lighter and detachable, which makes it easy to travel with. As always, thanks Ami-chan man. At around 9 a.m., the event pop-up appeared and we unlocked our very first special mission.
All right, why don't we go ahead and plant this very special purple seedling? Do you think you can handle walking the 10 total steps needed to pluck it?
I don't know, I suddenly feel exceptionally laid back.
Yeah, me too. Why don't we just take a break? I got no energy today. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too. Then again, we have less time than usual to visit all 16 special spots.
Well, it looks like we have absolutely no choice but to pluck this purple Pikmin. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. There he is.
Okay, grow the seedling. Cleared. We got a new purple Pikmin. All right. Oh, it seems like this seedling had a little something extra. But he doesn't want it. He shoved the seedling aside.
That's very cute.
He's doing a lazy pose.
What's this? Purple Pikmin are usually pretty laid back, but this one is especially lazy.
Oh no.
It really moves at its own pace. It doesn't seem very interested in going out either.
Ah, come on, guy, you gotta get going.
Maybe visiting special spots around Seoul will help it discover the joy of getting out. Will you take this purple Pikmin along on your journey to Yeouido?
Yes, we will. I don't think we have a choice.
Definitely.
All right, and look at that. We have just cleared the first mission, and therefore we have been rewarded with 100 blue hibiscus petals, which is the theme of this event. So that'll help us out in planting around the event zone. Now, let the Pikmin Bloom Journey begin. So here are our 3 special missions for this event. First, visit special spots in Seoul and get your purple Pikmin motivated. That will get us the special event badge of the journey. That'll be swiping any 10 of the 16 total special spots. Next we have walk 7,000 steps, and that'll get us a gold present sticker wing decor Pikmin. That'll have Pikmin Bloom Journey Seoul on it. And finally, our third mission, and perhaps the most important, the brand new, never before seen debut of the Rock Gold Present Sticker Decor, and we need to plant 3,000 blue hibiscus for that one. We better get going on this journey, huh?
Let the journey begin.
Let the journey begin.
Let's go.
As we were walking and planting our blue hibiscus flowers, we also decided to feed our purple boy, our lazy purple boy and girl, some nectar of the blue hibiscus. That's because whatever flower appears on its head will actually appear in the postcards. And right now we are at Special Spot A, Yeouido Setgang Library. Swiping the special spot here will give us a gold seedling for a tiny book keychain decor from the library set. So yeah, we've already finished our set, but no problem there. And as you can see, the flower on the Pikmin's head actually does reflect in the postcard itself. So that's just a really nice theme of the day. We do have a lot of special spots to get to. We have some gifts to collect, so let's get on to the next one. A small city library nestled within the city. Open to everyone, it offers a cozy reading space on the second floor. The cafe is closed on weekends, but it remains a peaceful retreat for city workers. In this quiet space, far removed from the noise of the city, the purple Pikmin tiptoes carefully, but then it trips and lands with a thud. Maybe it's best not to try unfamiliar things after all. But this purple Pikmin still doesn't seem very motivated.
We have made it to our second special spot, Luo Bakery. Swiping the special spot here will give us a bakery Pikmin and of course this very lovely postcard. Well, we've already completed our set, but it's really great for rare decor points, and who knows, they might add ice Pikmin in the future. It's 2 down, yet purple Pikmin still doesn't seem very motivated, so let's keep going. This bright open bakery is known for its delicious bread and coffee. Its flaky croissant-based pastries are especially popular, perfect for a quick snack or a souvenir from your trip. Drawn in by the warm aroma of freshly baked bread, the purple Pikmin stops in its tracks. The bright interior, with its soft light filtering through the glass, looks inviting to the Pikmin as well. But this purple Pikmin still doesn't seem very motivated.
We have just now made it to our third special spot of the day. This is Special Spot C, the Taco Booth. Could you guess what Pikmin we're going to get here? That's right. Swiping the special spot, we will get a taco decor Pikmin. Now, I've already completely finished my set, but Gianni has not. Luckily, just walking around here, she actually got a gray seedling, which is one that she needed. So now she only has one more to go. Let's hope she gets lucky and gets her blue taco decor Pikmin. We've also got our beautiful postcards of this one. And sadly, it's true, Purple Pikmin still is not feeling motivated, so we gotta keep going on to the next one. Let's go. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. These tacos look really good. Tacos are quick, tasty, and popular with busy office workers. The bright, colorful interior is inviting, but if it's crowded, takeout is a great option. On a sunny day, enjoying tacos outside might make you feel like you're in Mexico. The moment it sits down, the Purple Pikmin suddenly jumps in surprise. It seems it got some habanero sauce on it. The tingling sensation must be new. Unusually restless, the Purple Pikmin starts pacing around. But this Purple Pikmin still doesn't seem very motivated.
We have made it to Special Spot D, the busy Yeouido station. And it looks like Purple Pikmin is starting to have a little fun. Swiping the special spot here will give us a station decor Pikmin, which is a guaranteed ticket decor. It's a nice souvenir because it has the name of the station on it. Also, we get this very beautiful postcard. And we still have a lot of special spots to get to, so let's get going. Located in the heart of Yeouido, this subway station is surrounded by a busy office district and is especially lively with commuters on weekdays. At the same time, many people come to enjoy the open riverside scenery, making it a vibrant area where city life and nature come together. Right outside busy Yeouido station, crowds of people come and go. Perhaps it's the first time seeing so many people, the Purple Pikmin looks uneasy and keeps looking around nervously. Somehow, this Purple Pikmin seems a little more lively.
We have made it to our fifth special spot of the day. This is Special Spot E, Brooklyn, the burger joint. Swiping the special spot here, you already know, we're gonna get our hands on some burger decor Pikmin. And of course, we each got our beautiful postcard of the event. To tell you the truth, we're pretty hungry, so I think I wanna eat some lunch here. Why don't we go on inside, see what kind of burger they have? Let's go. A stylish, colorful burger shop that feels like a New York diner. Enjoy authentic burgers in a lively, pop-inspired setting. A great spot when you're in the mood for an international vibe. The Purple Pikmin is captivated watching people take big bites of their burgers. If it ever meets a decor Pikmin wearing burgers, you have to wonder how it would react. Somehow, this Purple Pikmin seems a little more lively.
We have made it to Special Spot F, IFC Mall. It's a really big shopping mall connected to Yeouido Station. Swiping the special spot here will give us a clothes store decor Pikmin, and of course we get yet another special postcard. This place actually has a lot of Pikmin decorations, but we don't have much time today, so here's us checking them out tomorrow. This is the registration venue for Pikmin Bloom Journey 2026 Seoul, Korea's first paid real-world event. Located in one of the largest shopping malls in the Yeouido area, you can prepare for your walk, take a break, or pick up souvenirs. Enjoy it at your own pace. The IFC Mall is filled with countless shops, bustling with energy like a lively festival. Even the easygoing Purple Pikmin seems to notice, looking up and glancing around the spacious interior. Maybe it's starting to feel a little excited too? Somehow, this Purple Pikmin seems a little more lively.
The decorations could be seen starting back at Yeouido Station. As pedestrians passed through the connecting corridor to the IFC Mall, they were greeted by a room with 5 large pillars all decorated with Pikmin and information related to the event. Here you can see all 4 sides of each pillar, making 20 images to see in all. Heading down the next hallway, there was another large poster of the Seoul Journey's promotional image on it. As you can imagine, this was a nice spot for players to gather and take pictures in front of, since it wasn't as crowded as inside the mall. Continuing down the hall, there were several banners of previous loading screens, which we have seen at past events, but these ones were a little smaller than before. Still, it helped build up hype as the players approached the main venue. At the mall's south atrium entrance was one more area with the promotional art on the wall and a registration tablet which allowed participants to eventually enter the small Nintendo pop-up shop that they had, which was packed with Pikmin goods. These were all things that you can normally buy at the Nintendo stores, but it would be nice to see them sell Pikmin Bloom or Journey-specific merchandise in the future. Right next to the sales zone was a Pikmin 4 demo experience, which we have seen at previous events. In Kaohsiung, participants were rewarded with an Ochi sticker if they completed it. This time there was another reward, an acrylic magnetic clamp featuring some Pikmin carrying an apple. Unfortunately, registration had already filled up by the afternoon on the second day, so we weren't able to participate this time. However, right next to the demos was a small booth where players could check in. After answering some basic questions in Google Forms, we could then scan our My Nintendo account QR code and then receive a pack of sticky notes from the staff, a different kind that is currently being distributed at the Takumi Ramen collab in Europe. In front of the Nintendo corner was a giant version of the event map, which has also become a staple at these live events. Behind that was possibly the tallest Pikmin Bloom decoration ever made. The promotional image of the event on bottom, with the current loading screen sitting above it, completely covering the mall's humongous supporting pillar. The only other contender would be the giant decoration they had hanging from the Hyundai outlet's Dongdaemun last year. Next to the event map display was the AR photo booth. This also required advanced registration to participate in. We tried to join it on the first day when I was carrying the planter pack, but it ended up being over a 3-hour wait due to all those ahead of us in the queue, so we decided to come back to register earlier on Sunday. If you watched our Delicious Little Tokyo video, you may recall when we noticed both Esther and Jason got a different border for their photos, and I posed this question, so it makes me wonder how many possible types there were to appear in the photo. Well, we finally have that answer. There are currently 8 different types with their own border color and unique decor Pikmin to choose from. Another reason to keep trying out the AR photos at every event. The final thing to do in the south atrium was collect a free sun visor, once again coming in red, blue, or yellow. This was open to anyone who showed that they had the game downloaded, which there is a QR code for nearby, along with some instructions on how to fold it. The mall was quite crowded, and personally, I don't think it was a very good location for all these activities. The staff was constantly telling participants to clear the way to make room for regular pedestrians, making it difficult to socialize with other players in this area. I'm guessing the reason such a high traffic area was chosen was to advertise the game, but it's unfortunate that it came at such a cost. I think just having 1 or 2 activities in this area would have been enough to advertise the game. Meanwhile, moving the Pikmin 4 experience and AR photo zone to a more open area would have gone a long way to separate Journey participants from members of the public. Completely unrelated, but if you ever wondered what a defective Pikmin sun visor looks like, they put these cursed Pikmin aside. Now that would make for an interesting headpiece. Heading up to the north atrium was another area completely decorated with Pikmin. This zone was the gift distribution location, with the giant event logo on the ground and overhead tents decorated with Pikmin 2. Similar to the Sendai event, there was a giant screen that would occasionally play an advertisement for the Journey, which we also saw throughout Seoul's subways and buses as well. There was also the usual tech support and event information booth here, with a cute little help desk purple Pikmin waiting to give some assistance. After the staff checked our event ticket, we walked through the line and were told to collect our goodies at Gate 6. Let's see what kind of things were waiting for us this time.
We made it to the gift distribution area and we both got our Ice Pikmin sun visors and this very brand new and very cute drawstring bag.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. So this year everything was put into this bag and we've got some goodies in here I'm going to show you right now. First of all, as always, we've got the event map. This is a kind of thicker material than normal. As you can see, here are all of the special spot locations. It's all in Korean, of course. The one you've been seeing in the video is one I've translated into English, as always. On the kind of reverse side, you've got the cover page here, and on the back side, you have some more information about other places in the event, kind of more detailed view of those. But I'd say something even more exciting, well, all new this time, completely brand new. We've got actually a full set here of these three, they're kind of like cards of the decor Pikmin. They're clear plastic. They just look really nice. These are completely brand new. Each person gets one at random. So actually, Jenny got the yellow one in her bag, and I got the red one in my bag. And thank you to Ame-chan man who gave us this blue one right here. So we actually got the full set, the full collection here. And the last thing, we saw this sticker at Sendai and we've seen it elsewhere, but now it is here in Korea for the first time. The new sticker that shows 3 decor Pikmin, and you can see the red macaron is also here as well. So I'm pretty happy about this event's gift bags. We got quite a lot, but as you know, we still have many more special spots to go, so let's get going.
Let's go.
If you think today is all about the Pikmin Bloom Journey here in Seoul, then you'd be mistaken, because it's also the very first day of the 4.5-year anniversary community week for Pikmin Bloom. And this is actually part of the feedback that we gave at previous events, which was that a lot of the big flowers here at the event zone, they bloom and then they just kind of stay bloomed for the whole day. But I don't know if they intentionally overlap these two events, but now we're getting blooms every 6 hours, so we're getting just a bunch of nectar blooms as we go out throughout the day. And it's just better. I think it should always be like this for these kind of big events where you have so many people planting around big flowers. Not only that, today is also the very first day of a new mini walk in Seattle, and it's also a part of the Jiai event range. So we've got 2 other Pikmin Bloom live events on today as well. And if you include one more, the Super Mario Galaxy collab is also going on right now. So we've got like 5 events or so overlapping with each other. There's just a lot going on. Anyway, we gotta keep going to the next one. Let's go. Ended up walking pretty far all the way here to special spot G. So far, in fact, that we have unlocked our winged decor Pikmin by walking 7,000 steps. We unlocked our seedling. So here she is with her very cute gold present sticker with Pikmin Bloom Journey 2026 on it. And likewise, since it was such a long walk, we've also unlocked, after planting 3,000 blue hibiscus flowers, our rock. And again, this is the very first debut of the rock Pikmin, so we are filling him in. The catalog here, seeing all that confetti, it's awesome. Now we just need Ice Pikmin once they release him, hopefully in a future event. We've made it all the way here to Gobang Samgaetang. This is the KBS NX branch. Swiping the special spot here. First, we'll get our beautiful postcard, yet another beautiful postcard, but Purple Pikmin has decided to just photobomb it, so we don't actually get to see the restaurant at all. So here they're selling some kind of chicken soup dish. It's called samgaetang here. The decor is kimchi decor. This is really awesome because we both are missing one kimchi decor. Jenny's missing her winged one, and I'm missing my blue one. So we haven't plucked them yet. We don't know what we're getting. But here's hoping. I'm very excited right now, getting my final blue Pikmin I need. Maybe, I don't know. And Jenny, hopefully you're getting your pink one right about now. Spot H is not too far away, and then there's another kind of long gap to the next section of special spots, so time's running out, we gotta get going. Let's go.
Samgaetang is one of Korea's most iconic dishes. At this restaurant tucked into the office district, you can enjoy a nourishing bowl packed with flavor. If you're feeling tired after exploring the city, it's the perfect way to recharge. The purple Pikmin looks a little tired from all the walking, but the moment it catches the scent of the steaming hot samgaetang, its expression brightens. Maybe it's getting a boost of energy. Oh, this purple Pikmin looks like it's having a bit more fun now.
We have made it to special spot H, Chame Park, also known as Ankara Park. Ankara is the capital city of Turkey, and right behind me there is a traditional Turkish house. Swiping the special spot here will give us a sneaker keychain decor Pikmin and also a very beautiful postcard featuring this Turkish house. Well, we still have a lot of special spots to go to, so let's move on. This park is named after Ankara, the capital of Turkey. It was created to commemorate Seoul becoming sister cities with Ankara in 1971, incorporating elements of Turkish scenery. You can relax on a bench and enjoy the Ankara house and greenery. Walking through this lush green park, the purple Pikmin seems to be in a good mood.
Even its usually slow, relaxed steps sounds a little more lively here. Oh, this purple Pikmin looks like it's having a bit more fun now.
We have made it to special spot I, Brought Art. And this reminds me a lot of the one in Yokosuka called Brought Baum. And this one is also, just like that one, a German establishment. And this one is a bread and cake shop. And likewise, swiping the special spot here will give us a sweet shop decor Pikmin. This one happens to be guaranteed to be a donut decor. Yeah, we have also got our beautiful postcard yet again. And as you know, time is of the essence today. We've got a lot more special spots and time is running out. Let's get going.
Brought Art is a bakery specializing in traditional German bread. From hearty, chewy, authentic loaves to sandwiches and cakes, there's plenty to choose from. You might find it hard to stop at just one. The rich aroma of freshly baked bread and the sweetness of pastries fills the air. The purple Pikmin plops down in front of the display case and refuses to budge. It might just be very curious about all the treats inside. Oh, this purple Pikmin looks like it's having a bit more fun now.
Since the both of us got our hands on the active 2-day option, we actually have a detector buff, which will find way more items than usual. That's really good for this spot exactly right here that we just stumbled upon, which is isolated kimchi. Although we don't know for sure the ones we got from the special spot are the ones we need or not yet, we're still gonna go ahead just because this is such a unique opportunity. We're gonna go ahead and use our detectors. And unfortunately, neither of us got the one color that we needed, but it's really cool to get 2 kimchi seedlings from a single detector use, even though it's an isolated spot, and that's because of the detector buff from the active 2-day option. It's pretty cool. We've also been doing our festival mushrooms throughout the day here. We got a couple pretty cool postcards so far, and we'll get to do 3 more mushrooms tomorrow thanks to the pass. So let's keep going. The next special spot is just around the corner here.
One small new feature related to festival mushrooms is that there are some all-new poses that the Pikmin can have in the postcards that have never been seen before. I like the one where the Pikmin has its back turned and appears to be taking in the image. These new poses also return for Challenge Anywhere, so it seems to be a feature of festival mushrooms and not just a Journey exclusive update.
We have made it to special spot J, Record Pizza. Swiping the special spot here will give us an Italian restaurant decor Pikmin, which is guaranteed to be pizza. And since it's the 10th special spot that we visited for today, that means we get our special Pikmin Bloom Journey Seoul badge. And not just that, we also get a very special gift.
This popular restaurant favored by young people serves thin, crispy pizzas that look almost like records. Their large photogenic appearance stands out, yet the light texture makes them surprisingly easy to finish. Fill up, then head back out on your adventure. The aroma of perfectly baked cheese fills the air. Noticing the scent drifting from inside, the purple Pikmin presses itself against the glass to peek in. So different from the nectar it's used to, the smell has clearly caught its attention. After visiting many places, this purple Pikmin looks like its eyes are sparkling. Oh?
Your purple Pikmin found a gift. Let's send it out on an expedition right away. And here's my lazy girl to match it in real life. It's handmade. Congratulations! The purple Pikmin you bonded with is now wearing a beautiful rosette. Traveling through Seoul with you seems to have helped it discover the joy of getting out. Be sure to take it to lots of different places from now on. Alright, but the fun doesn't end here. There's still 6 more special spots to go, so let's get going.
We have just now made it to special spot K. This is River Brew Coffee and Ice Cream. Big emphasis on the ice cream because swiping the special spot will give us Ice Cream 2024 flavor decor Pikmin. This is one of the other special category decor of the day. And if you take a look at our postcard, you'll see that our Pikmin finally is wearing its decor and he's much more cheerful and lively than before. We have shown him the art of walking. Speaking of walking, we've got 5 more special spots to go and just an hour to get them. So let's go.
River Brew is one of Yeouido's many charming cafes. If you get tired from walking, you can drop by and enjoy refreshing soft-serve ice cream and great coffee. For the purple Pikmin, a break is always welcome. As if its tired steps from earlier were nothing, it suddenly perks up, hops onto the sofa, and sprawls out happily. A rest after a long walk really is something special.
We have made it to special spot El Mapo Bridge. Swiping the special spot here will give us a bridge decor Pikmin, and of course this very beautiful postcard, just as beautiful as the Han River that we can see from over this bridge. Well, we still have a few special spots to go, so let's get going!
Mapo Bridge is one of the many large bridges surrounding Yeouido Island. At 1.4 kilometers long, it offers views of the gently flowing Han River and stunning sunsets. To the tiny purple Pikmin, Mapo Bridge seems to stretch on endlessly. And with so much water flowing below, there's only one choice. It gives up walking on its own, climbs onto your shoulder, and decides to enjoy the view from above.
We have just now made it to special spot M. This is the CU Han River Bus Yeouido branch. As you can see behind me here, swiping the special spot will actually give us a ramen keychain decor. Now you may think that's a little strange, but apparently it's a tradition to eat instant noodles along the Han River here. And the CU convenience store behind us here is actually one place you can do that. On top of the roof, there's actually an inflatable, giant inflatable cup ramen. It's kind of cool. You can just eat and enjoy the view of the Han River. Of course, we've gotten our beautiful postcard. The sun is setting pretty fast, so we've got 3 more to go. Let's get a move on.
The wide selection of instant ramen available here comes from the Han River ramen culture, eating ramen while enjoying the river scenery. Some shops even provide dedicated hot water machines, showing just how popular it is. The gently flowing Han River and rows of tall buildings in the distance. Sitting quietly by the riverside, the purple Pikmin gazes at the view. Instant ramen enjoyed in such an open setting might taste even better than usual.
Special spot N is the Yeouido Han River Park. Swiping the special spot here will give us a guaranteed 4-leaf clover decor Pikmin, and of course this special postcard. Well, Johnny and I have recently completed the regular sets, but it's always nice to get more because we need a lot of rare decor points to complete the rare set. Well, a lot of people here are having picnics, biking, and it looks just like they are having a fun day. But 2 special spots left. Let's keep going.
This spacious park stretches along the Han River, a major river flowing through Seoul. It is a popular spot for locals who come here to sit and enjoy the gentle flow of the river. The scattered art installations are also worth seeing, making it a perfect place for a stroll. At your feet stretches a wide riverside. Beside you flow the Han River, and above, massive bridges span the sky. The tiny purple Pikmin is now experiencing a glimpse of this vast world.
As you can see, we have just now reached special spot O. This is the E-Land Cruise. And you can see it's completely decorated with all kinds of Pikmin Bloom banners. They're even playing the background music over the speakers. Surrounding us now is a bunch of Pikmin Bloom umbrellas over all the picnic tables, so it's really festive over here. Swiping the special spot will give us the first photo button badge decor of the day. This one is still guaranteed to be red. There's only red in the set. And the photo is actually of the beautiful Hangang River that you can see behind us.
This cruise ship, which once sailed the Han River, is now being used as an event space. Along with Pikmin Bloom photo spots, you'll get great views of landmarks like the Han River and the 63 building. Be sure to capture memories of your journey with your Pikmin. For most Pikmin, water is something to be wary of. Caught between wanting to follow you and the instinct to stay away from it, the purple Pikmin hesitates at the pier. Be careful not to fall as you cross.
Spoilers! I said it's the first of the day. Well, if you've been paying attention, there's only one more special spot to go, so a bit of a spoiler of what's to come. But since there's so much to do here, and we don't have time, we've really got to get to that last special spot, we're gonna go ahead and see what future Johnny and Gianni are up to tomorrow at this exact spot. Let's go see what's inside.
Right outside of Eland Cruise were two groups of Pikmin Bloom umbrellas, providing some much needed shade for participants and members of the public. The designs definitely gave the impression something Pikmin is happening over here to those unaware of the event. Nearby was a photo spot featuring some beautiful flowers and some Pikmin crawling over the letters for Seoul. The second free sun visor distribution of the day was waiting in front of the entrance to Eland Cruise. Just like before, simply showing you play the game was enough to get a choice of sun visor, but this time it included a Pikmin on smartphone sticker as well. There was one more sticker we saw floating around with the game's logo, which we haven't seen distributed in quite some time. However, we weren't able to get one ourselves. According to Niantic staff, these were given out at the tech support and information desks and sun visor booths, but not everyone necessarily received one. On the other side of the entrance was the line to receive a blank profile card. This was something that existed before the Seoul Journey, but this was the first time it was ever a physical feature of a live event. Before previous events, the official Pikmin Bloom social media accounts posted it online and encouraged players to print it out at home to use as a way to introduce themselves to others. First, players would wait in line and had to show their ticket to receive one. This line also had a couple of loading screen decorations to appreciate while waiting. Once the staff got confirmation that the lower level was cleared of the previous group, we were permitted to enter. Following the profile card signs, we made our way down to the lower level. There, the staff handed us a lanyard, and we were encouraged to fill out our profile card at one of the several tables with pens. It was all in Korean, but it asked for our account name, our level and step total, which by the way, I actually managed to level up to 105 while walking around on the first day. The number of events attended, which we considered to be the number of event patches we have earned up to this point. We had to circle our favorite Pikmin, and honestly, I like them all pretty equally, but we decided to go with that Bloom Buds theme. Next, our friend code, and below that, the location we're likely to send postcards from. The big box on the right is recommended places within Seoul, recommended restaurants within Seoul, and finally, a good place to take photos in Seoul. These cards genuinely came in handy when introducing ourselves to other players, which we used to easily share our friend codes. There were a lot of decorations down here, starting on the wall with 3 different pieces with Welcome to Pikmin Bloom printed above it. On another wall was the image used to promote Ice Pikmin's debut to Pikmin Bloom. There was one final corner with a decorated bench and the Seoul Journey promotional image that players could use as a photo spot, which we did. The most interesting thing of all down here was the brand new photo printing station. This also required advanced registration, and we were very fortunate to have been the final participants allowed to join the queue on the last day. There were 3 stations in all. Special thanks to the staff who explained to us how it worked in English. We first had to scan a QR code to connect with our device. From there, any portrait orientation photo could be chosen. After uploading it to the server, we had to wait a couple of minutes for the printing to take place. After the progress reached 100%, it would spit out the photo at the bottom, and ta-da! We got ourselves a wonderfully printed photo to remember the event. This reminded me a lot of the Pokemon Snap Station kiosk they had at Blockbuster stores a million years ago, where you could print out your own photos you took in Pokemon Snap. It was like a fever dream seeing a similar concept being done for Pikmin after all this time, and this is definitely something I hope becomes a staple going forward at live events, like the AR photo booths have. After all that, there was still more to see on the second level of Eland Cruise. After waiting in line to reach the second floor, we entered the photo zone. This rooftop experience had so many different types of photo spots, each with their own designs. First, with beautiful roses, there was a white and purple Pikmin with a strawberry. Next, at the pink Cosmos zone was a yellow and rock Pikmin getting ready to garden, and a blue Pikmin enjoying a picnic. Next, there were some daisies with a red and ice Pikmin and a peach. By the way, the maker of those flowers actually reached out to Gianni on Instagram, so feel free to check out her artwork by following the link in the description. The final photo spot is the one you saw in our printed photo. It was a giant version of the Seoul Journey postcard, which we've seen similarly at past events. The last thing to enjoy on the rooftop, aside from the Pikmin music blaring and a nice view of the Han River, was an all-new flower balloon station. Players could choose the color they wanted from a pretty big selection, and the staff would tie it up in front of you. Unfortunately, they had already packed up the booth for the day just as we reached the rooftop, so we weren't able to get one ourselves. But shout out to some new friends we made who let us show off what they looked like.
Alright, well that was a lot of fun. Now, let's move on to the final special spot of the day. We got just a few minutes, let's go!
We are now at the last place of the day, Special Spot B, 63 building. Swiping the special spot here will give us a photo button badge decor Pikmin, which of course features a picture of this beautiful building. Well, what makes this building so special? It actually was once the tallest building in Korea, and now it serves as our last postcard of the day. Well, you know what time it is? It's time to wrap this video up. Let's go!
The 63 building is one of Yeouido's most famous landmarks. It was once the tallest building in Korea until 2003, and its golden exterior shines beautifully in the sunlight. At 249 meters tall, the observation deck offers panoramic views of the area. The purple Pikmin is completely absorbed looking up at the towering skyscraper that seems to reach the sky. So absorbed, in fact, that it rolls backward with a thud. Just how does that gold giant appear through its tiny eyes?
Now that we've fully explored day 2, we're going to mention one bad thing along with one good thing to keep it balanced. First, the gameplay was the worst it had ever been for me during this event. My game crashed an estimated 60 times or more. It seemed like every third or fourth action I took would just close out the game. I tried to be conscious of keeping my phone as cool as I could before playing, but it just didn't seem to help much. The worst of all is that I wasn't able to see the purple Pikmin put on the rosette decor due to a game crash. Gianni has a newer phone than me, and even her game crashed about 5 times during the day. It's a real shame that the performance of the game is still in such a bad state. For a full breakdown of the types of problems players often experience, you can check out our video talking about the poor optimization of Pikmin Bloom. That said, I did come across a behind-the-scenes interview with the organizers of the event. There were a lot of great questions asked not only about the logistics of planning the event, but about future updates to the game and other things as well. I highly recommend checking out for yourself and giving it a read. One thing briefly touched upon was the poor optimization, with the game designer, Mr. Hiyuki Suda, commenting, "We also consider this a very important and serious matter. We are working to improve performance, reduce the burden on devices, and solve technical issues. We are working on improvements every single day and will continue to do so." Next, the pre-registration system was not good when it came to an event like this. We had already experienced this system when visiting the Pokemon Secret Forest before the event, and it works really well for letting people into one big closed-off event zone. But having several different registration booths for several different activities at Seoul Journey felt really convoluted and ended up artificially clogging up the queue. For example, on Saturday after we registered to take an AR photo and saw that the estimated wait time would take 3 hours, we decided to just move on to another area of the event and skip it entirely. It seemed like most other players ended up doing exactly that too, since there were many times nobody was even at the AR photo booth, despite the fact there was technically such a long line to take one. It ended up just artificially inflating the time as more and more people decided to skip it. A single registration to enter a room where players then formed regular lines around each activity would have been much better, or even using the time tickets like what was done at Kaohsiung would have worked out much better than the digital registration process. Although registration was convoluted, not clearly stated beforehand, and made the wait worse overall, the activities themselves were phenomenal this time. This journey seemed to be all about customization, from the choice of sun visor, to the AR photo background, the flower balloon type, and photo printing kiosk. There was something new and exciting to do around every corner that often allowed for some personal customization. Next, the crowded mall venue was not a good location to have all the activities. There were too many unrelated people. For an indoor venue, the Seoul Tour had the perfect conditions: a long roped-off area for the queue, photo spots, and also a big enough empty area to socialize with other players without any regular pedestrians to interfere. I felt that I couldn't enjoy the beautiful decorations in the mall to the fullest due to the high amount of traffic. That said, the decorations they had were the most impressive yet. From the gigantic banners in the mall, to the beautifully decorated photo spots scattered around the event zone, there were ample opportunities to take photos with friends and Pikmin too. The atmosphere of the event truly felt like this area of Seoul was transformed into a Pikmin paradise. It's hard to tell if the event area itself was bigger or all the crossing of streets made the wait a lot longer, but it was difficult to reach all 16 special spots by the end of the day. We really felt the impact of having that one less hour. The reality is the event should either be extended an additional 3 hours or so, or allow the digital content to be completed anytime throughout the day. Another option is to allow spots to be swiped across both days for those with the active 2-day option. Although it was difficult to reach all the spots around the city, all that walking is ultimately what allowed both Gianni and I to complete our kimchi set, which is the most difficult type for us to collect while living up in northern Japan. I was able to get my final blue kimchi seedling with the help of the detector buff by revisiting the isolated kimchi spot we came across near Record Pizza. Next, the game is clearly becoming more global. While there were many Korean participants as expected, we also met a lot of players from Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and English speakers from various countries too. It's awesome to see this once under-the-radar game blossom and bloom into what it is today. That's why we think that things like the event map and signs need to have more languages. This would also help a lot with confusion surrounding things like pre-registration and how to operate the photo printing kiosk without needing assistance. Finally, our tickets needed to be checked too many times at the event. I think they should bring back the participation bracelet that existed the first few live events. That way we could just show our bracelet to prove that we're a paid participant and not just a member of the public. Due to all the problems mentioned, we're ranking the Seoul Journey last out of the 3 that we've had. It had so much potential to be rank 1, but ultimately fell flat since neither the digital nor physical activities could be enjoyed to the fullest. That all said, thanks to the event location and the fact that we visited all 16 special spots, we were able to explore some new parts of Seoul that we hadn't been to before, and had so many wonderful experiences that will last a lifetime.
And that pretty much covers everything that happened this weekend at the Seoul Journey event. We are now watching the beautiful sunset over the Han River here. The staff is already taking down all the booths, all the decor, everything that made the event so special is all coming down now. Regardless of all the good and all the bad, I'm just glad that we had the opportunity to come out for another wonderful live event.
Yeah, coming here gave us the opportunity to join a Pokemon event that we really wanted to go to, and we also saw some historical places in Seoul, and of course, as always, we got to see our friends and meet some new ones too. I really can't wait to join the next one.
Yeah, me too. And until then, thank you so much for coming along with us on the 3rd Journey event ever in Pikmin Bloom's history and the first international one. And as always, we'll see you again at the next one.
See you!
See you later!